Good morning, Giants. We're back at it again. Another great topic, another great morning. Hope you guys are up to something good. What's up, Ryan?
Yeah, I hope you're not up to something bad.
Right, right. Don't be doing any of that negative stuff.
Stop that. Stop it. Stop.
Stop that. I see you. I see you doing it. No, 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 no. Put your pants back on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No, seriously, do that.
no, yeah, yeah. As we do the show, as I do the show pantless, I'm in my underwear. Right?
Right?
Nobody
Do
knows.
as I
You'll never
say, not as
know.
I do.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Just like a parent. Satisficing. That's going to be our topic today. Satisficing. This is going to be a term that I think will help a lot of people. Um, people pursue perfection, flawlessness. Oh, we got another guest here,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who is it?
Amy Bingham.
What? What? Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Speaking of perfect.
Yeah.
I have not had coffee. I literally have been up like maybe 5 minutes. So
Oh
this is
man,
like
Good
this is
morning.
great.
my voice is still scratchy. Good morning.
I didn't even put makeup on this morning. I'm ready to go. So we're going to talk about satisficing. I was saying to Ryan that so many people pursue perfection. They want flawlessness, and so they spend all this time trying to get everything right, and they burn themselves out just trying to get it perfect,
Almost
flawless.
sets themselves up for disappointment, right?
Yeah,
You know, we're
and
self-sabotaging and stuff like that.
this term here, if we go back on it, Herbert Simon, he was a Nobel, I think he was a Nobel laureate, came up with the term, and it's combining two words, satisfying and sufficing. And that's important because sufficient means that it's enough to get the job done. So it's sufficient for the task and it satisfies what needs to be done. So it's sufficient to get it done and it satisfies two things. And that's important because if you're looking for perfection and maximizing, then you're going to spend all this time and waste this time trying to get it just right. But then if you took and just did what's sufficient to get the job done and it satisfies, then and you move forward with that, they found that people that do that satisfies, get way more done than those that try to maximize.
Oh, I learned a valuable lesson from a friend years ago that we worked together in a corporate office setting, and she was the recruiting manager, and I was building her recruiting software, and we she would just nail stuff out left and right, and a joke about it, she would have something that she was maybe given 2 months to accomplish, and she'd have it done within the first 2 weeks and she'd move on. And it gave me anxiety for her. Like, and this was, I'm like, but what if you found a different workaround? Like, I mean, don't you hold and wait out those full 2 months? I mean, what if something else bubbles up? What if a new idea comes or new information? And that's how I was living, right? Is
Yeah.
to fill the entire 2 months, making sure that nothing could possibly change before I delivered something. And here she's in those 2 months has like 5 things out the door. And she very much had that, well, I did the best I could in the moment with the information I had, and I move on. And I was like blown away with that mindset. But it's what I constantly remind myself to work towards,
Yeah.
to keep that in focus of, I mean, she's brilliant, and now she's left the corporate world, and she's a author and is nailing out a whole book series left and right. I mean, it's beautiful. And if you can have that kind of mindset, what you
It matters.
accomplished. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that follow us that are authors, and they've been writing their book for years, and they haven't been able to get to that next chapter, and they're just stuck. I've got to get it just right. I've got to say the right words. I want to make sure that this fits for everybody that's listening out there. And you can't do that because how could you possibly know what 7 billion people are thinking? What's sufficient? What's good enough to get out to market? My book, when I launched it, when I went out to beta readers, It was pretty brutal. It was good enough though. It was good enough. And then they helped me refine it, but it was good enough to get it out to market. And then I got feedback, and I used that feedback to make minor adjustments. And that's the big thing. I didn't have to go make it perfect. This book is good enough. If it was perfect, it still wouldn't be printed right now.
Yeah, I think sometimes the perfection, like getting stuck in that mentality, it also it's paralyzing. It can be. Like you never really move forward. You feel like there's activity and there's stuff, but you look back, and you said it at the beginning, you look back at, and somebody that just satisfies is way more productive than somebody that's trying to get it perfect. And
Yeah.
I felt that, like I'm my harshest critic. I'm always the one that's like, oh my gosh, like boom, boom, boom. I know that there's a lot of giants out there, giants in the tribe. One reached out the other night, and he's more of a perfectionist. And so that narrows it down 50-50. He's a perfectionist, but he's got all of the potential. Just move forward. Take a day sometimes, even pause, rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you need to step back for a second, just to get some new perspective, reach out to a coach. Find an Amy Bingham. Somebody that on a whim might just hop on an airplane and go to somewhere sunny and warm with a beach. Your body
satisfies
needs that.
us, right?
It satisfies us, and then reset and re-engage. And I think that when you do those things, you can start moving forward in a much clearer and faster way.
Well, how many are not going to? It could realistically not accomplish like their big life goal because they're waiting for perfection year after year after year,
Right.
decade after decade, and it's still there. It's still sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's seeing your creation. Nobody, because you're trying to get it just right. Man, that's such a private, personal thing, right? That perfection is so internal in each of us to do something like that, where we don't want to get it out to the world until it looks just right. And then it just is this pressure that we put on ourselves, and we're stuck in that cycle of just refining until, if I were to imagine carving a statue out of marble, you've run out of marble. Like you've chiseled it down so well that there's no more marble left.
Just a pile of chiselings. I don't know what to call it.
Damn it, I gotta start over.
Well, you
Right?
start losing the passion that was behind it. I mean, when you start something, you have so much drive and passion with it.
Yeah.
The longer and longer you do that chiseling, like, have you lost that at some point? That's extremely realistic.
Man, that's a great point right there. Yeah. Losing that passion for it. Just like Lamar. Mic drop.
Yeah, this is the Amy mic drop.
Mic drop. I love it. So, it's a concept of good enough. What's good enough? What gets the job done, and what's good enough? And start doing that. You'd be surprised how much you get done in your life. It's an amazing concept. Any other thoughts around this?
And you might start appreciating your good enough self far more than your perfection, your perfected self.
I like that. Yeah. We just talked about confidence. And when you do stuff that's good enough and you start to see those wins, you start to build some confidence. Like, I can do more.
Anchor that in, celebrate your wins. When you do something that is positive, that's good, like, you don't have to go, like, I don't know, go on a major vacation or something like that, but, celebrate it. Give yourself a high five, give yourself a hug, make sure that you know that, hey, look, that was awesome. That feels good. Tell somebody about it. That's not going to tear you down.
Yeah.
Go find a coach, go find somebody that'll lift you up. Don't tell everybody your dreams, because there's a lot of naysayers out there.
I just had a visual, as you were talking about anchors, that perfection is using the anchor wrong. It's you're using the anchor to carry yourself to the bottom of the lake. That's not what anchors are for. The anchors are for holding you steady. And that's where satisficing comes in. It's one of those things that keeps you on course. It keeps you steady.
I thought of a boat anchor, and then like an anchor in rock climbing, right? That moves you up. You put a new anchor in and pull up,
Yeah. all kinds of ways we can go with this. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm instantly going. There's the whole ebb and flow, right? Like, so if
Yeah.
you're anchored, you're just in a easy, steady movement.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're looking for perfection, you have now dipped into your ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's forced. It's a forceful energy at that point.
It really is. It is forced, huh? It's this energy of I got to get it done. I got to do it just right. It takes a lot of effort, and then you get burned out. When you force things, you only have so much willpower. The brain. So the brain consumes about 20% of the energy produced by the body, which is a lot, and so it's pretty efficient. And so when you use that willpower and you're pushing beyond that for perfection, then you're burning out your brain, and you're going to shut off. You're just going to be like, I don't have the energy for it. You just shut down.
That's your cue.
That's your cue.
Boom. There we go.
Awesome. Okay. Giants, thanks for being on with us. Make sure you subscribe somewhere right over here if you're on YouTube. And then join the Tribe of Giants. If you're not a member of the Tribe of Giants, make sure you find us there. If you haven't got a copy of the book, make sure you go grab the book so you can see what we're talking about. So reaching your highest potential by becoming a giant in the world. And follow Amy Bingham. If you're not following her yet, you'll see her on the League of Giants and the Tribe of Giants.
Here. She's right here.
Somewhere here.
That's a pointer finger, Ryan.
Yeah, this is a pointer finger.
She's not flipping you off, man. Cool. Well, thanks for being on the show, and make it a giant day. We'll see you on the next episode.
Love you too. And you too, Amy.
Love you.